6 growth stages of caterpillar development: pupa and moth. The cycle begins when 100 to 200 eggs are laid on the underside of the leaves, typically near the base of the plant, close to the junction of the leaf and the stem. After hatching, the young caterpillars feed on leaves, leaving semi-transparent patches called windows. In young plants, the caterpillars prefer to eat the leaf whorl, but in older plants prefer the leaves around the cob silks. Caterpillars will also eat their way through the protective leaf bracts into the side of the cob, where they feed on the developing kernels. By the time the caterpillars reach the top of the plant, they will be bigger and do the most damage, leaving ragged holes in the leaves. On young plants, this can kill the growing point, stopping new leaves or cobs from developing. After approximately 14 days, fully grown caterpillars will drop to the ground so they can pupate. Before pupating, the caterpillars will burrow 2 to 8 centimeters into the soil, or if the soil is too hard, then caterpillars will cover themselves in leaf debris instead. Around 8 or 9 days later, adult moths will emerge from the ground and start the cycle all over again.
All armyworms leave. Fall armyworms come from eggs which are laid by a moth. A fall armyworm moth can fly long distances. A moth lays bunches of up to 200 eggs on the leaves. Egg masses can be as big as your thumbnail and are covered with fluffy whitish hairs. 3 days after the eggs are laid, little armyworms hatch from the eggs. As they scratch the leaves with their mouths, they make little windows. You may see some young armyworms hanging from silken threads. They actually spin these threads so the wind will take them to neighboring maize plants. Within 5 days after hatching, the young armyworms move inside the leaf wool. As they grow larger, they chew ragged holes in the new leaves. Upside down Y on its head. You can also check the rear sides. It has 4 dots that form a square. After having spent 2 or 3 weeks feeding on the maize plant, the worm exits and falls on the soil. It burrows less than a finger deep in the soil. There, the armyworm covers itself with a dark brown cocoon. Some 2 weeks later, the adult moth leaves the cocoon, flies away, mates, and soon starts laying eggs.